promise of love, or you will get stuck in this game.
Are you ready for the greatness that is Elden Ring, NightReign, bro? Because we've been real hyped for this, bro.
Oh man,
Okay, we've been waiting.
been hyped for this, man.
We've been waiting. We've been itching, and it's right around the corner, bro.
It's almost here, man. I'm ready.
All right,
They
bro.
you know, we've seen like this is supposed to be the official launch trailer for it, but I think, you know, we've seen the previous trailers, you know, whenever it was first released, we got super hyped for it, and here and there we kind of been seeing just a little bit of the characters, but that's pretty much it. We've been trying not to get spoiled with any of the bosses that are showcasing until now. This is gonna be I'm sure they're gonna show bosses that we haven't seen yet. Maybe I'm super hyped for it. We'll see what we got. Let's see
just how in depth this is, guys. Hey, man, we waited an entire day.
Let's see.
Because we were busy posting our last video for you guys, but today is the day, okay? And we waited all day, as hype as we are, to not watch this video, and now we're recording this for you guys. So if you enjoyed today's video, remember, leave a like, comment if you like, subscribe to the channel, because we're gonna do a lot more with this game, Space Marines, and everything in between. Let's hop right into this review, guys. What the fuck was that? Okay, so that's a weapon. That is armor.
The night farers,
the main character.
the will to cross the endless night and fight on,
Okay.
till every shred of their being is ground away.
Got that one on.
Okay.
Oh, wait a
whoa.
minute. Can't complain with a new movement system. You gotta love that.
Okay.
The fucking servers?
That's the one that we had seen in the original trailer that showcased that one at least. Okay, yeah, I haven't yet to see this one. That's crazy. Oh damn!
And it had the Elden Ring symbol on it too. Hey, that shit's kind of fire. Wait a minute. That's tight. That's tight.
I have to replay that real quick.
Yeah, let's go
Get
back
into a
here.
little-
Let's
There's a
deep
few
dive.
things that were kind of, they showed a little bit that I'm a little bit curious about. So let's see. So these are supposed to be some of the night fairs. It's kind of showing like pretty much like the main front cover of the game. So
The night
That
farers,
just kinda
that
showing
there
the
definitely
thematic-
has to be some
thematic.
sort
the
of.
will to cross
It's got to
the
be a
endless
weapon.
night
Like I see it's
and
attached to
fight
his suit, but it
on,
has to be a weapon, bro.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just trying to
till
see what
every
class
shred of
this is
their
a part
being
of. For
is
that part.
ground away.
Now this
Summoning
is the
magic?
character right here. Pause it real quick. I was gonna say that character right there with that instrument, the musical instrument. That's the one that I think has yet to be showcased. So that's one of the night fairs that we have yet to see. So that one is one I think we're waiting on. As far as I'm concerned, I haven't seen any trailer drop for that character just yet. So
Some of that magic
we're waiting to
there,
see with that one.
That's pretty nice, though.
Yeah.
That is pretty nice. Summoning magic, like we're talking about, that's summoning magic there. I would say that they're dressed like some sort of witch, but that's obviously not. Everything is not what it seems. You know, right now I'm thinking perception is reality, but there's got to be something on there. What do you think this is?
Right, so some of the like the character on the left, I'm not too familiar with their names just yet, or too like I haven't gone over their names just too. I just know the main character, this is Wilder, and then another one that I'm super like excited for. But this one on the left, definitely is sorcery magic. So apparently they're gonna be having some abilities. So I think they said that they're gonna be having a passive, a character skill, and they're also supposed to be having a like an ult, like an ultimate attack. So each character is going to be a little bit they're going to be different, but it's supposed to tie into the story, I'm sure, somehow, and along with their own unique backstories. So I'm excited about that.
I like that. I like that. I'm actually most excited for this one in the front here because one play of the harp, we got the, and here's summoning magic right now. Like I'm gonna be sure there's, man, I'm gonna say this is definitely summoning magic. Like I know she can make summons, but I hope that the entire class set is not based around just summons. Like if your strongest attribute is summons, then you're definitely in the back line.
So some of these summons right here, my bad. Some of these summons, like this one you see in front of us, there were some, I would say, like mini bosses that you would come across that were able to summon these huge giant skeletons. Some of them were able to, the way they would summon them was to, I can't remember what the boss was, but they're like these ghosts on a boat. Like,
oh
if
yeah,
you played Elden Ring, you know,
yeah,
they summon. Yeah, so we'll see here. We obviously there's gonna be some summoning sorcery here, so, or incantations. So we'll see how it goes. Curious about that.
that had to be the archer on the right for sure.
Right, definitely.
This boss excites me.
Now, yeah, so
Let me look. Let's take a look at
so
him
some
again.
of these-
Like, look at
yeah,
this guy.
so
Pause it right when I get there. Hold on. This man, half man, half
yeah.
horse.
So he definitely
Centurion with
looks.
one arm. Huh?
He's definitely menacing. He's definitely gonna be a problem. I can see some of his movesets possibly being a lot of charging. He's got one arm. He's got a spear. He's got the legs. I mean, he just seems like he's gonna be like an unstoppable force. Gonna be charging at you in your face the whole time, bro.
And if I'm not mistaken, is this not the same place that we fought Radon? Is this not the same?
I was gonna say that is very much reminiscent of that. Like the layout, the sand, and you know what's odd too? A lot of the bosses, I mean, it's at least from the first trailer, it just seems like they're all kind of in this area for a boss fight. I'm not too sure if they're all gonna be like that, but from what we just saw just now, a lot of the bosses are gonna be in this area. So yeah, we'll see. I'm not too, at least from looking at this boss, I would say that, like, I can't really think of any. It's not reminiscent of any other boss. So maybe they'll try and maybe get a cutscene where you can kind of get an idea of where this boss may be coming from. So, but we won't know till we see that. So
He's like these around him right here. Like we've got these diamonds, pixel, like what are the crystalline features, gems, something. But like I'm gonna bet this is some sort of sneak peek into some sort of attack he has. He's got to have some sort of magic,
looking at it, from looking at how he's dressed too, I can automatically assume that he probably uses some sort of holy damage for his attacks.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
And his weapon, it's like half staff for sure, like half staff up top, So then at the bottom, it's like spear at the bottom. So I would see some sort of magic coming from this, like some sort of incantation maybe, or a spell.
He might use, like I said, like from looking at him, he looks like he uses holy damage, but he also probably uses some sort of like, I don't know, so maybe some sort of wind abilities too. I mean, it just kind of seems that way. Just
wind goes hand in hand because of the bottom part, so I can see that for sure.
Right.
Okay. What else we got here?
All right, let's go ahead and move on.
This is
okay. Now this one right here is, this one is very interesting. Yeah. And then the next boss too looks a little. So this is not the same boss. So these are two different bosses for sure. But yeah, dude, you're basically fighting two bosses in one.
That's what I'm thinking. It seems like two bosses,
Gonna
one
be
battle.
yeah.
Good thing
I'm
we're
gonna
playing with friends,
assume
right?
just right. Man, I don't know how anybody would have any fun probably playing this solo, but I mean, there's gonna be people out there that's gonna run the solo for this. Have fun to all of you who decide to do that, but yeah, definitely I could see this just being straight co-op. It's meant to be that way, and I think FromSoft doesn't miss with this kind of stuff. So if they say it's meant for co-op, then hey, we're here for it, and that's the plan. But watching this character, you can see a lot of abilities. You could see, I think that this boss definitely has a lot of like star magic, the sorcery. It's like it's got a lot of, I mean, also with the bottom boss as well, you can see a lot of like there you can kind of see the ground spiking up like that. It's kind of reminiscent of like a bestial incantations. And yeah, you can see a lot of the star magic there. So it's gonna be multiple attacks on you. You're gonna get ground attacks that do that, and then you're gonna get attacks from above. So
Just
it's
best
gonna
be
be a fun
prepared,
one
man.
to try and figure out for
That
sure.
is,
Yeah.
Elden Ring can only ever, let me not even say Elden Ring, let's just say FromSoft, because they've been doing this a long time, right? On multiple occasions, multiple games. But I mean, like you said, they really don't miss. This is for sure their category, man, and they are number one of number one. There's so many times where we get those releases where people are like, oh, this is a Souls-like game, but it will never be an actual Souls game because nothing beats the original, right? And that's just how I'm always gonna feel
It's true,
about it, man.
It's true. There's a lot of games. There's a lot of games that are not from software that, I mean, they have pretty good bosses and really good gameplay. But when it comes to where it's at right now from Souls, it's definitely all that's the originator right there. So
And I'm really excited to see the stories behind these bosses too, because since there is new bosses, FromSoft always gives us some sort of story on how this boss is even relevant or why this boss makes sense. And this one, my color. I love my color here, man. This purplish, bluish hue. I'm excited to see what this brings here. Let's take a look at this here. It's a dragon of some sort. It might not be a dragon. Hold on. It might not be a dragon.
It just I think that was its mouth snapping at you like that. I think that was I think it's one big dragon. It kind of seemed like, well, we'll see here.
Who cut that
once
thing
you
in
pause it.
half, right? Who cut this thing in half and split its mouth open in that fashion for it
And
to
that's
be
why I
able to
kind of
do
got,
something like that?
because like with this boss and then the next one, it kind of looked like whenever they're standing up like that, kind of threw me off.
Because there's dragon wings, right?
You
But
got
it looks
dragons.
like
Yeah,
the
it's
head
a
has
dragon
been split or
now,
broken.
Pause it here. Like if you see, I mean, obviously it's a dragon. We can definitely tell it's a dragon now, but also that's its mouth.
Yeah. So it's not
like
even
one
the
large
fact that
mouth.
it's been split. It
So-
could have been broken. Like somebody
been
could have
broken,
came
yeah,
and
for
just
sure.
twisted that shit and was like, all right, twist, rip and pull. Hey man, I'm still alive. Wow. How's that? How you capable of doing that?
Yeah. So, and then looking at this too, this one's gonna be a pain.
For sure.
For
We
those
hate
of
dragons.
you, for those of you, not only a dragon, and dragons are a big, like, a pain in the ass, right? But this one is a gravity magic
Yep.
dragon, and that's something that we didn't get to see in Elden Ring and also the DLC. So this is brand new to see a gravity sorcery using dragon. That's gonna be a fun one for sure. For those of you who have played Elden Ring, some of the weapons, some of the abilities. Gravity magic is a pain, especially with certain enemies. And most of the time, it's all strength. It's sorcery, and most of these villains are all strong characters and very tough to break. You need to have a strength build sometimes to fight these characters. For those of you who have played Elden Ring, like again, so So you'll see. So this is, like I said, this is different. I'm super excited for this one. This one looks absolutely insane, just like with, you know, the introduction. I'm sure the way they're showcasing this boss is like intense. It's gonna be one of the toughest ones, I'm assuming. So I'm excited about this one too.
And like you
this one
said
looks
too, man, this
insane.
is another one that's on that Radon battlefield there. So we are looking at some of the greatest battles I've ever had have been on that Radon battlefield. So hey, man.
So yeah, and you know the way they're setting this game up too is to be fast paced. I know a lot
Yeah.
of Elden Ring fans might be a little bit have different opinion on the excitement of this game, but I mean, you know, because for Elden Ring it's more of like, you know, you take your time, you move around. This one is fast paced. You gotta get stuff done. You gotta take out enemies. That's why they kind of put the pace like that for running. So you know, for me, I feel like playing Elden Ring for all those years that went from its release date until Shadow of the Erdtree. I can say that this is still gonna be a banger, regardless, because
for
like
sure.
I said, From Software, it does not miss with their video ever. Can you, like, at any point, can somebody tell me when they've missed? They've never missed
I've
with these.
never. If you think there's ever
So
been a game or a moment that FromSoft has missed, please let us know in the comments, because I can't find it. I can't find one. I've never heard a bad thing said about any Souls game. May it frustrate
right.
you? Probably. Will you really want to fucking spaz out, break a
Appreciate-
few controllers? Probably. But that's the whole point
Yeah.
of the game. That's what's fun these days, and people don't see
Yeah.
that. These are one of the only
Yeah.
companies that actually know what people enjoy, and they know their niche of people, their whole audience, and they do very well making sure that they keep up what they've already been doing for the people who come here and for the people who have never played it. You end up realizing that you might pick it up. When I first started Elden Ring, I picked it up. I'm like, oh, dude, this game, right? Completely fuck this game with my whole heart, right? But I'm not no so I had to replay the game. I had to keep getting better. And then it doesn't help that this guy over here played it like 80 times. I'm like, okay, well, now I gotta play it because he keeps saying it's so fun. Like, why not? Let's play it, right? Everybody's gonna have their own journey on this stuff. This might be your first rendition of Elden Ring itself. This might be your first time playing a Souls game when a NightReign comes out. But I promise you, it's well worth it. And then you might even want to go back and play all the other ones, because you'll be like, damn, if this is where they're at now, I wonder where they were then. And I promise you, it was probably harder back then.
Yeah. So, on to the next. And that attack right there, that's a very large AoE attack that
Oh, yeah. You see all
you're not
three of
gonna
them
be
got
able-
knocked back, bro. Like,
So evasiveness is definitely going to be a key in all this, and especially in that enemy right there. So you're going to definitely want to be looking for defense or that bow character that's in this game as well. So
now this, I'm positive. I mean, we know this is just the second showing of them letting us see, like, hey, this is us, how you get across maps. Because at no point ever have we been able to jump from a cliff. Let's make sure we really see this here. Nowhere ever have I been able to stop at a cliff, jump up in the air, and traverse my way all the way over to this castle. I would have had to jump down. I would have had to go right back through the woods, fight a couple repetitive enemies, go right through some more, get inside of the building, and then be like, oh, now there's more enemies to fight. This is a brand new thing. This helps. And I mean, I guess it goes with what they were saying for fast pace, right? If they want to do fast pace, then you're going to need a faster means of travel. And that's the number one thing I think that works out very well.
it's definitely, I would say, definitely a good way to move around quickly, especially with the type of pace this game's going to be running at. So.
Oh, that's another type of...
Okay, so we got a
Flame
Cerberus, which is the one. Now, this character right here, go back for a minute.
This
I just wanna
dragon, or
go
we talk
over
about this one?
So we went over the Cerberus already. We kind of know that one already. We'll go ahead and pause here.
Wait a minute.
So
that's a
this
class.
character, yeah. So this is one class. So this is the Executor. I'm sure already, you know, a lot of people already know about this class. I'm super excited for this class right here. This class, this is something that we like. Playing Elden Ring is something that everybody, like, it's gone through everybody's head at some point. Like, That's why they ended up having to make mods for it. But we want like Sekiro parry style character, like being able to do that in Elden Ring was something that everybody wanted until they started doing mods for it. They kind of forced it, right? They're now putting it in this game. This is a definite, like, for me, this class is gonna be the one that I'm going for, especially knowing and looking at that right there. That's that character, the Executor, turning into a primordial beast, which is like insane. I love the fact that they're doing that. Now, his character is the bronze armor is very reminiscent of the Crucible Knights. And if you know, you've played Elden Ring, you know the Crucible Knights, they're all served under Godfrey, right? This one, he definitely looks a little bit different, right? He's going for us like he's basically like a samurai from the way they're showcasing him, right? And a knight, and a Crucible Knight, which is I'm assuming, since he has that ability to turn into a beast, which is what the Crucible Knights do in Elden Ring. They have beast incantations, these type of crucible, what they call it, crucible incantations, right? So for the Crucible Knights, they kind of turn a certain, like, they only use like probably a tail, or they charge at you with their shoulder, like, but to turn into a full beast is different, bro. And I'm super excited for this character. Not only with that, but the fact that this character parries. So that's a definite go for me. Definitely.
My only question is this: are we only able to turn into one? I'm gonna hope that you can put some things in some slots, and hopefully you're able to turn into different types of beast, right? Because then in that case, I can make a beast boy, because why the fuck not? Who doesn't want to do these things? Everybody tries to find a way to make things merge into another landscape, right? And I feel like just seeing that right there, my first thought was Beast Boy for sure. Yeah, my fucking being won't be green. My skin will, though. That's all that matters. And matter of fact, we can't even customize this stuff. So either way, we'll figure it out. But that's what I'm
and
saying,
I would assume too. Yeah, and I would assume too the fact that another thing I'm sure the Elden Ring fans are kind of like bummed out about is just watching this game and having set classes. I would assume that people would be upset about not having as many options to kind of build your own character, right? Everything's going to be very limited to the class, right? They're going to be limited to the class. I'm sure there's going to be some different armors, maybe just one armor set or a certain amount of armor sets for the character class that you choose, right? But again, man, like, even though this isn't, I wouldn't say a full Elden Ring game, this is still like kind of in the area of DLC, like how they did Shadow of the Erdtree. It's not a full game. It may feel like a full game, but it's not a full game. And I know, like, there's a little bit of a difference there. But this is kind of like Elden Ring, but it's like its own rogue game. You know what I mean? It's not like the exact same in terms of like the variety and the options of everything you can put on your character. So
For sure.
I would assume too. Like I said, that's what I would assume. People would be kind of complaining about too, so I just thought I'd bring that up for that.
No, I mean, it makes sense. Obviously, man, like we said, Elden Ring's customization is actually a goated feature, and I feel like I love it the most. It brings a lot of originality to everything, and so the fact that you have to play this game with these limits, it's kind of like, damn, that's kind of tough, But at the end of the day, hey, we've got a great game coming up. Friday's right around the corner, man. So by the time you guys see this, the next time you'll see us on Elden Ring will be when it drops. So again, man, we're all excited. Let's finish up here and see what's going on, man.
Let's go.
We've seen ice dragons. I'm about to say we've seen frost dragons before, right? We've had those in the game. There's got to be something even more that's different about this dragon, though.
Yeah.
Dragons do definitely help for fast-paced gameplay, but like we said with the gravity magic dragon, the area of effect is probably very large. I feel like the frostbite
Yeah.
area effect is very large. Like before you went to go fight the fire giant in Elden Ring, like there was a frost dragon that you fought out in the lake. The fucking area was it was decently large. I'm gonna assume this is even
Yeah.
larger.
Yeah,
And
no,
I'm
this
gonna,
is a giant dragon. This is like reminiscent of like the size of a Placiduce's
oh
boss on
yeah,
Elden
see,
Ring.
there we
Definitely
go.
a large, very large dragon, frostbite dragon at that. So, ooh, definitely, like I said, with AOE for frostbite, you know, if you played Elden Ring and that in the area, the Mountain of the Giants, you know, it's a little. They do damage. They definitely put some damage on you, especially for frostbite. That effect. So it's a bit like super dangerous. Take you out really quickly, especially if you get the frostbite. So it's definitely gonna be a tough one. I'd say another tough enemy to play as well. So I mean, just in general, I mean, all of these look like a huge problem. So it'll be fun for
Huge
sure.
pain in my ass.
Yeah. This is interesting right here. This whole like part, like I know in the beginning they show everybody's down while there's the only one that's standing. I guess at this point, you know, there's a rally in there. They all rally up and stand their ground again, which they're all standing against this huge, which looks like like, you know, the Elden Ring, right? But it's blue, and a lot of it, the way it looks, it just looks a bit reminiscent of what I would think. Automatically looking at this, I would think of Ronnie the Witch, like immediately. Just watching this whole cinematic scene right here. They show the symbol right here, right, and then you got like stars in the background, like. It's very reminiscent of what I would think of like Ronnie the Witch. So I'm not too sure if there's gonna be a lot of carrying night lore or something, or boss maybe. Who knows? But this looks like absolutely epic. Just looking at this cutscene, like who are they standing up to right now? Like what is this in the sky? Like what does this symbolize? You know what I mean? So. I'm super excited for that. There's a huge amount of rings that are in this one symbol too, and it's unique to you know, from the original what the Elden Ring looks like with the rings all attaching in one. So
I'm excited, bro.
yeah, man, I'm super excited for this. Yeah, you know, you got the blue flames everywhere. Is there gonna be a certain type of carrying magic that you can use, sorcery? Like, I'm super excited for that. So
Many questions will be answered.
for sure.
May 30th, guys. Let's really emphasize this. May 30th.
Yeah.
Today's the 28th. As we're sitting here recording this video for you guys, it's the 28th. This trailer was dropped on the 27th. Okay. We will be bringing you every single form of Elden Ring NightReign content that we can. We're not forgetting about Space Marines. Okay, don't think that. We're never gonna do that. But just know that there's an added portion of gameplay coming. There's a new game coming, because this is a co-op channel, and this is the perfect time for us to bring co-op gameplay for a game that's made for co-op gameplay, right? Doesn't they go hand in hand? It's a beautiful thing, guys, and we can't wait to see you guys on May 30th to bring you some of the best Elden Ring content you've ever seen. Okay, I'm gonna make that promise to you right now, guys, because we love you guys that much. We care about you. So by the time you see this video, make sure you subscribe so that you can see the full gameplay walkthrough on this channel.